Namaste, Hare Krishna. Second chapter, Sankhya Yoga. Sloka 66. Nāsti buddhir ayuktasya, na cāyuktasya bhāvanā, na cābhāvayataḥ śāntir, aśāntasya kutaḥ sukham. So in this sloka, Kṛṣṇa is asking, how is even happiness is possible for someone who's not in peace? That's not possible. This verse points out a person who's not a yogi, meaning who does not engage his mind in Kṛṣṇa, then the intelligence does not have the ability to focus on Atma, one's Atma. Without the intelligence being fixed in Atma, then there is no destruction of the thirst for material objects. That thirst of wanting to enjoy is still there towards a material object. Therefore, this person will not be able to focus in his Atma. Since he is not able to focus on his Atma, then obviously he is going to not find peace. If there is no peace, then there is no happiness. In the Yoga Shastra, Ashtanga Yoga, there are three things are there: Pratyaharam, Dharanam, Dhyana. So Pratyahara is trying to control the senses from the sense object and bringing back the focus on the Atma. That's Pratyahara. Dharana is fixing the mind in the Atma, not anything else. And the Dhyana is continuously and constantly meditating on one's Atma, or we can say Paramatma. So if these three things as part of the yoga that's mentioned will not happen unless and until one can think of Kṛṣṇa, his beautiful form. Therefore, one cannot be happy. Happiness means derived by one being in peace. The peace happens only when one is able to do proper dhyana. And the dhyana comes by having a good knowledge about the Atma. And with this proper knowledge, one will be able to control the senses. And that has been explained in this 66th sloka. In the 67th sloka, an example is given how this person will get carried away by the senses if that's not been done properly. Let's see this 67th sloka. Indriyāṇāṁ hi caratāṁ mano nuvidhīyate asya harati prajñāṁ vāyur nāvam ivāmbhasi. Now, the example that has been given here is in a ocean where there is a boat. Due to the heavy wind the boat get pushed off, carried away. Like that, all of us are having 5 senses. Even if one of the senses is not controlled, and as this sense goes away, likewise the other senses will also be following that. So all the senses will eventually be out of control. Therefore, one has to understand that the real boat that we need to take shelter are not the senses, our senses, but satisfying the senses of Rishikesha, that's Krishna's senses. The lotus feet of the Lord are considered to be the boats for us to cross over this material existence. If we take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, then we can easily, with His grace, we'll be able to overcome the turbulences in our life that is caused by the mind and senses. In the 68th sloka, that is emphasized more. Tasmād yasya mahabāho nigrahītāni sarvasah indriyāṇāṁ tasya prajñā pratishtita. This is just restating what Kṛṣṇa has said so far. That is, do not waste your time by trying to control senses and mind, trying to focus on the Atma by yourself. Even if you do for some period of the time, it may not long last. Rather, if you focus on me, Kṛṣṇa says, on Him, by the grace, by Kṛṣṇa's grace, we will be able to get rid of our sins, papa. Once the sins are gone, the desires will subside. When that happens, with the help of satisfied mind, spiritually satisfied mind, the senses will come under control. The knowledge will be steady and fixed in Atma. To summarize, on the 66th sloka, Kṛṣṇa questions Arjuna, how can there be any happiness without peace? One cannot get peace oneself if they are not focused. That is dhyana. One can only be able to focus if they have a proper knowledge. If they have the proper knowledge by which they can control the senses. Controlling of the senses happens when they are able to bring the senses and mind towards me, that is towards Kṛṣṇa. If that does not happen, in the 67th sloka, Kṛṣṇa says, even if one sense is not focused and wandering towards the material enjoyment, and that one sense is good enough to pull the other 4 senses. Like a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one roaming sense can carry away the intelligence of a person. And in the 68th sloka, Kṛṣṇa said, therefore, Arjuna, O mighty armed, trying to control the senses from their object. In this way, one can certainly be steady in his intelligence, focusing on the self, the Atma. In the set of slokas that we've been seeing, starting from 55, the focus is trying to control the senses and mind and bringing towards the Atma. And that happens only by the grace of Kṛṣṇa if we can focus our mind towards His beautiful form. Nāsti buddhir ayuktasya na cāyuktasya bhāvanā na cābhāvayataḥ śāntir aśāntasya kutaḥ sukham indriyāṇāṁ hi caratāṁ mano nuvidhīyate asya harati prajñāṁ vāyur nāvam ivāmbhasi tasmādyasya mahābāho nigrahitani sarvasaha indriyāṇāṁ tasya prajñā pratishtita. Namaste. Hare Krishna.